Cool. Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. Today I am very excited to share a few things with you. Plus, I have a bonus little surprise sitting over here that I'm very excited to talk with you guys about. So, if you are brand new to this channel, brand new to this live stream, I usually do these live streams usually at 7 o'clock. But today I had some family over, and so just timing was not quite there, and so I had to move this to kind of like a late night live stream. So it's currently at where I am living in Ohio. It is 9 o'clock, and so I apologize to those who are not able to join on this live stream. I hope you are able to at least watch this on the playback. So yes, during these live streams, for those that are brand new, usually just talk about movies. I share what I watched over the last week or so, and yeah, just answer any questions. So if you are watching this on the playback that will be posted later, feel free to leave any comments of anything that is discussed on these live streams, um, and I will get back to you. So tonight's live stream is going to be like a little different. I did still want to do one. I know it is much later than normal, and I know already 7 o'clock is late for some people at they are watching in the US, or I know I have some viewers overseas that it is much later over there. So I do apologize if it is late for you, wherever you are in the world. Um, but yeah, I'm going to jump right into the things that I've watched, and then I'm going to answer any questions, talk about things, stuff like that. Um, and I will maybe, depending on, I am kind of excited because I did just receive this today, and I will yeah, I might be building something on a live stream with you guys, I guess, and also answering questions because I thought that might be a fun idea. Um, so yes, if you are brand new to this channel, one of my goals this year was to watch 365 films. Now, I actually just passed, I just watched my 363rd film, and so I am only 2 movies away from reaching my goal, and so I am very, very excited with that. But these are some movies. Jump right into these. Um, so these are some films, and kind of capping off the rest of my Halloween viewing. I hope everybody out there had a fantastic Halloween. Also, let me know in the comments if everything looks and sounds good. Usually does, but I like to just double check. But um, I hope everybody out there had a fantastic Halloween. I was very excited because I was able to just kind of, relax with my wife. We watched a couple movies, and it was just, let's see, looks and sounds great. Thank you, I appreciate it. It was just a good time. So, the first movie that I watched, this was on the 28th of October. I watched the film Kronos. This is put out by the Criterion Collection. This is a Guillermo del Toro film. It's by number 551, and it is a Spanish film. This is actually a very fascinating film that I had no idea what it was about going into it, and I really actually really liked it. I thought it was a an interesting film, and it's like almost not horror. There's definitely horror elements to it. It's almost like I mean, just like a lot of other Gilmore, I can't even say his name, yep, Del Toro films. I feel like a lot of his films are like kind of border that line of like fantasy and horror, and like if it is actually a horror, some people say it is, some people say it isn't. Um, but yeah, this was actually a very interesting film that I really enjoyed, and I am happy that I was able to watch it. Next up, on let's see, on the 28th of the month, I watched the first film in the Wishmaster collection. This is a series of films that I've actually never seen before, and I had no I didn't know anything about it. I kind of guessed roughly what it was about, whether you I'm assuming it was something like you made a wish, but then bad things happen if you got those wishes. Very interesting film. Some of the set design of this was actually really interesting. I really liked it, especially kind of like within this like little like crystal thing, this like crystal, I guess a crystal. It was actually a pretty interesting set design, so I really enjoyed that one. But then next up, so I'm trying to go through these a little fast because I would like to get to the thing that I am excited to to talk about. But um, let's see. I saw Night of the Demons for the first time. It was a or it was a good time for an '80s movie. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. But I'll definitely rewatch it and enjoy it again. It's a solid 6 out of 10. Yes, it's been many years since I've seen Night of the Demons, but I remember really liking it when I did watch it. But next up on the 29th of the month, I watched Phantasm 3. So this is a series of films that every Halloween I've been watching, like the next Phantasm movie within the series. And so, 2 years ago, or I guess now 3 years ago, I started the series, and so I started with the first one, obviously, and then I moved to the second one, and then I watched the third one here. Um, I really like these films. I think they're a lot of fun. I feel like they don't take themselves too seriously. The stories are pretty basic and simple, but overall, I would say I really just enjoy these movies. I feel like they're just a fun time. I'm also very happy that I got you can kind of see it over here, it's the Phantasm collection, which is just a great box set. And then moving on the 30th of the month. Now, this is a movie that I was very, very excited to watch. I was very happy that I found a copy. I probably spent a little much, spent like, I don't know, probably a little more than I should have on it. I think it was like a $15 DVD, but that was the movie Death Ship. If nothing else, I absolutely love this artwork. I think it is just so fantastic how it like makes like a skull and stuff. It's just so cool. However, I was kind of disappointed with this one. I really thought this was going to be more of like something kind of along the lines of like Ghost Ship, but I overall I was just a little disappointed. And maybe it was just I need to give it a rewatch. I know there is I think it's a Code Red Blu-ray of this, but this particular DVD, as you can kind of see, I believe this is Japanese, maybe Korean. I think it's Korean. Yes. It has Korean writing all over on the side, on the front, and then all of this is in Korean as well. And so maybe this is not the best DVD transfer of it. And I don't know why that is, but yeah, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but definitely was a little bit of a disappointment for me. Let's see. And then on the 31st of the month, I was able to watch actually three movies, which is kind of fantastic. But the first one I watched, this is a Criterion film. This is Spy Number 272. Not really a horror, but this is a film that translates to The Grim Reaper. It's a black and white Italian film put out in 1962. And this is the same director as, it's a Bernardo Bertolini. Birch, yeah, Birchall. I don't actually never know how to say his name. I'm just gonna kind of show it here. Um, his films are very interesting. I really actually like a lot of his movies. I've seen a handful of them, but most famous ones I would say would be like Last Tango in Paris, The Dreamers, The Conformist, and I'm trying to think of anything else that really. I think those are like probably the biggest ones. That definitely Last Tango in Paris is probably his most well known. Um, but I really like this. It was a very fascinating film with I mean the black and white alone in this movie just looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out within the Criterion collection. And then next up, let me actually get to some of these quickly. I like Halloween 2, 1981, and I rewatched it for the first time in 5-ish years. It's still fine, but it's not as good as I remember. I always will just go to through or 4 and 5 first. To be honest, I'm sure still a good movie. Yes, it's been many years since I've seen Halloween 2, but I remember liking it. I remember some of the kills were actually kind of interesting. I like the setting, I should say, of Halloween 2. I think it's a very interesting setting. But I watched Phantasm 1 and I was a majority disappointed. I don't know if I ever watch 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of how I was when I first watched Phantasm. I think I've seen that movie twice now, and definitely on the second viewing, I liked it more than the first viewing. I feel like it was just one of those movies that, uh, maybe I just needed to give it another try, or just watch it again and just be in the right mood for it. But it's definitely like not the the premise is pretty basic for the Phantasm films, but I will say they do build upon that premise within the next few movies, and so I'm very excited to watch Phantasm 4 and 5 in the coming years. But hey, bud, hello, welcome to the live stream. Just watched the Arrow release of True Romance. Was a really good movie. You seen it? Yes, yes, I've seen True Romance. Actually, I have it here. Um, I have it here on a 4K, and this is just the standard edition of it. I would love to get the limited edition, but um, yes, this movie was written by Quentin Tarantino. So it has that Quentin Tarantino feeling to it, and it was directed by Tony Scott. And it has a great cast. Definitely, I remember watching this and like thinking it was just okay when I first saw it. And I haven't got a chance to rewatch it on 4K yet, but um, I wasn't. I think I wasn't like blown away by it when I first watched it. It was also many years ago since I've seen this, so maybe I need to give it like a revisit on 4K. But I remember like I think like since I've seen it, I've kind of like watched some clips on it or seen some stuff on it that has kind of like made me appreciate it more over the years. But yeah, True Romance. Um, and then, so on Halloween, this is, yeah, still October 31st, Halloween, my wife and I sat down and watched Casper. Now, this was my first time ever watching Casper. My wife, this was her second time watching it. And it's one of those movies that I never got around to actually watching as a kid. Um, and so I had no idea what it was about. I just knew it was about a friendly ghost. And I will say, like, as an adult watching this movie, this is borderline not a kids movie. There's like some stuff in this movie that I feel like it's kind of dark for a kids movie. And just some jokes and like they cuss several times in the movie, which is kind of surprising, but I mean it's rated PG, which is, back when PG movies 1995. But I really liked it. I thought it was like a fun like concept of a movie. And I have the sequel I think on VHS, but yeah, I really liked Casper. I thought it was fantastic. I could definitely see this being like a tradition for like families to get like watch this every year. I mean, it was cheesy at times and like some of the motivation didn't make any sense, but it was still just like a fun movie. um let's see. They have Bloody Valentine limited edition steelbook 4K for $33. I'm debating just for the movie slash Blu-ray. I enjoyed the or I enjoy or and enjoying the 4K in the future. Not sure though. It's a cool steelbook at my movie store. My Bloody Valentine limited edition steelbook. I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen like the cover art for that. I'll have to look that up. That sounds interesting. Um, yeah, one thing I like to do when it comes to like debating if it's a good price or not, sometimes I just like check eBay, and see like go into like the sales, like the selling history of a film, and then just kind of like see roughly what it's selling for over the last few months or so. Because sometimes movie stores, like I will say, like sometimes like in my local movie stores, not like the Retro Attic, but like more of like the Exchange or stuff like that. Sometimes, there's a movie that like it might have been selling at a high price for a while, and then all of a sudden it just like dropped dramatically, and sometimes they don't change their pricing for it. Um, so yeah, I always double check eBay. But yeah, if it's a limited edition, it's definitely that sounds interesting. Let's see, what is your favorite kids movie of all time? Ooh, that is a great question. Um, I mean, if you count this as a kids movie, I would say Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Um, I grew up with that movie, and I just feel like it perfectly describes me. And I from that movie, I got very inspired to like be very creative and build things, and always tinkering with things in my basement. And like I talked about this in a video at some point on my channel where it's like my collecting journey. And um yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is probably my favorite. just because it was such a staple to me. I'm let's see, I'm just trying to scan my kids' movies, pick out any. I really, really like Iron Giant. It's just that's such a fantastic film. It's very underrated. Um, I let's see. I really like the Big Hero 6 movies. I feel like they're just or Big Hero 6. Sorry, there's not sequels. But Big Hero 6, I really liked. The Wreck It Ralph films, I really, really like those. I'm trying to think. Um, Sorry, I'm scanning. I'm trying to. I really liked Up and Zootopia. I'll see. I feel like that's probably a good amount of recommendations, but overall, I'd probably have to say Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Just it holds that special spot in my heart where I just like will always remember it. I also really like the Land Before Time films. I don't know why. I just really they're fun. So it's like yeah, I just hear is the Iron Giant shooter. MacGyver is the Iron Giant. LOL. Captain. Sorry, shooter MacGyver. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Iron Giant is like a like low key. It's kind of like an intense movie for kids. I feel like there's a lot of like undertones of like you know back in the day with like war and just back in the day with like communism, kind of like this like scare of communism and stuff. So it's a very interesting film to kind of like look at as an adult now and kind of like understand the context of when the movie is set. But it's also there's just like some really dark stuff with the movie too. But yeah, Iron Giant is just fantastic. But then I only have three more movies to talk about, and then I will. Have you seen Christmas Carol? Which version? I have actually never seen any of the Christmas Carol movies. I know there's like a million, and I have a handful of them, but I've never actually watched them. I need to get around to it. I'm not very good at when it comes to Christmas films. I feel like there's a lot of like the classics I have not seen yet. Um, I mean, my favorite Christmas movie of all time is probably It's a Wonderful Life. And I just I really like that movie. But yeah, Christmas Carol is one. Miracle on 39th Street is another I haven't seen. Um, Scrooged is not, or is another one I haven't seen. Um, and let's see. I think that might be all of like the big ones. My wife is definitely she loves Christmas films, and so over the years I've been watching more and more of those, especially all the classic like cartoon ones. But so then I ended Halloween night with my Halloween film. Um, let's see, Ernest Saves Christmas. I've not seen Saves Christmas. That's another like I guess almost subgenre of film of like the Ernest films. I think I've only seen Ernest Goes to Camp. I think that's the only one I've seen out of all of the Ernest films. Um, but I have a couple of them on different formats in my collection, which I should watch more of those. But um, I ended the Halloween night with my Halloween pick of this 2024 Halloween season with Halloween H2O. Now, this is another series of films, just the Halloween series in general, that every single Halloween I've been watching the next one in the series. I've seen all of these movies at least twice. So kind of going back throughout each Halloween as they go on, just like revisiting these films. And so next Halloween I'll be watching Halloween Resurrection. Following Halloween I'll be watching the Rob Zombie Halloween, and so on and so on. So yeah, I this movie is like not great, and I remember it not being super great. But I just feel like it is a like nothing happens in the movie until like the last half hour, and even after that last half hour it's not that interesting. I feel like it's really it was kind of like a missed opportunity because I love the setting of like a boarding school, and Michael's kind of attacking that boarding school area. Absolutely love the setting. I think it's fantastic. It's a great build up to it. However, I just feel like the idea is just I don't know. See, Kyle, how can you hate H2O? I don't hate it. I should say I don't hate this movie. I just definitely not my favorite. And it's probably, I mean, definitely not as bad as Resurrection. I won't say that like um I don't know where this one falls in my like ranking of all the Halloween films. Maybe I'll do a ranking video at some point, but yeah, I just feel like there was a little bit of a missed opportunity where when it comes to like the setting. I feel like they really could have used the setting in a more interesting way. Um I almost feel like maybe they shouldn't have like maybe they shouldn't have had everybody leave. I think it might have been almost in a more interesting film with like a lot more people there. I don't know how they would have done that. I mean, that might not be the greatest idea, but I don't know. But yeah, my wife watched this with me, and yeah, it's like a fun cheesy movie. It's a fun like, I mean, obviously Halloween movie, but um, and then let's see, I watched this on the 2nd of November. Let's see, I think I saw a comment pop up before that. Let's see, Halloween 4 is still amazing. I watched the 4K Blu-ray. It's honestly my favorite horror movie ever, and yes, I agree with H2O of them leaving. Um, yes, it's man, it's been a while since I've seen Halloween 4. Um, yeah, but I mean I remember liking Halloween 4. I mean the thing is I like all the Halloween films. Maybe not Resurrection. I feel like Resurrection's you know, not the greatest. But I enjoy the Rob Zombie films for what they are. And I like Halloween 3, and I just all in all I feel like um it's a fun series. Um so then I got this from the library. Um This is a. Let me grab a sip of my coffee quickly. Um, yeah, okay, so I have two more films here, and then I'll get back into the comments. So I got this from the library. This is a movie that I really wanted to see, and I just kept not getting a chance to watch it. But I watched Late Night with the Devil. This is a film about a talk show host, and honestly, when I kind of heard the concept of this movie, I had no idea how they would actually um, like pull this off because it seems like such a simple idea, but very effective. I really liked this film. I thought it was actually very interesting. Um, Kind of about a failing, you know, late night host that is trying to look for something to kind of like bring back the spark to his show, and so he ends up kind of having almost like an exorcist, kind of not really an exorcist, but a communication with this devil or demonic presence within this little girl, and yeah, very interesting. Definitely was not what I was anticipating. But I overall I really liked it. I thought it was a you know, a fun movie. And then last night I watched the film for the first time. I watched the movie Longlegs. I also got this from the library. Um, this is a interesting film. Not exact like not what I was anticipating at all. I knew it was kind of like almost like a um, it felt like almost like a Silence of the Lambs type of film where um, it was a like there was like I don't even know how to describe it, like a murder mystery type of thing with, you know, maybe some supernatural elements on top of it. That's not so much Silence of the Lambs, but that kind of was falling into this. Surprised because I had no idea that Nicolas Cage was even in this. I knew nothing about this movie going into it, but Nicolas Cage is fantastic in this, and I really enjoy this. I feel like it's 101 minutes long, and I that time flew by for me, which is, you know, fun, but there was definitely some parts in this movie that really like got underneath your skin, and I yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. I'd love to get a 4K copy at some point in life. But jumping back into the comments here, do you have um let's see, Nick B says, do you have any favorite Criterion movies? About to order a few since they're on sale, trying to decide which ones to get. Yes. that is something that is happening right now. Is the Barnes and Noble 50% off Criterion sale, and so. Personally, it's my favorite time of the year because of that. Between October and this is just like an absolute fantastic time of the year, and some favorite like Criterion recommendations. I did put out a video. I think it was last. Was it last year? It might have been last year. Kind of doing like some recommendations to buy during the Criterion sale. So I would recommend checking that video out. But off the top of my head, um, ones that I would say are like worthwhile getting. Um, I mean, the Before trilogy is a fantastic three films that is just absolutely beautiful. It kind of depends on what types of films you like, and you know, if you are looking for more like English speaking titles or like foreign titles, or do you like horror? Do you like action, romance? I feel like that also plays a factor. Um, let's see, ones that like pop out to me that I personally really like that I think are worth grabbing during the sale is for one is My Dinner with Andre is a fantastic film about just basically two friends talking at dinner, and it is one of the most captivating films I think I've ever seen. It's so good. I need to revisit it very soon, but that's one that I really always like think about. Um, let's see. Wages of Fear is also a fantastic film that is like edge of your seat the entire film. I believe it's an Italian or French, sorry, French film. This is an early. This is spy number 36 of the collection. Great film. Highly recommend this one. It's so good. Um, some of the latest 4Ks, I feel like there's some really solid 4Ks coming out from Criterion. Um, I mean, anything David Lynch. If you like David Lynch, I always recommend David Lynch. Wally. I guess that is also one of my favorite kids movies. Is Wally. That's a Criterion release too. Let me think. Anything put out by Igmar Bergman, I feel like you would are just solid films that are just really good. Um, and let's see, one more. Um, Burden of Dreams, I talk about quite a bit on here, where it is just a documentary about Werner Herzog and his journey on making the film Fitzcarraldo. I think that's how you say it. And it's just a fantastic documentary. And I guess there's one more I'll add. Sorry, I'll. This movie, I feel like nobody talks about this, but Equinox. I believe this is still in print. But yeah, this has two films on here. There's Equinox and the Equinox journey, or the Equinox: A Journey into the Supernatural. I would highly recommend watching just the first one, which is Equinox. That's put out on 19, or not the first one. Sorry, this is the second film, which is from 1970. The original 1967 version, which is 71 minutes, which is the Equinox: A Journey into the Supernatural. Basically, I'm trying to think. They kind of went through and added extra scenes and made it kind of a more coherent story, and then put out it on in 1970, and kind of just like cleaned up the picture a little bit, as far as I understand it. Yes, if you are a fan of The Evil Dead, this movie is like definitely inspired Sam Raimi to make The Evil Dead. It's cheesy, but it is also just a fun film that I really enjoyed it. I mean, me and my friend sat down and watched this, and we just thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's one of those movies that is, it feels like it should be a Vinegar Syndrome title, but it's in the Criterion Collection, and I really like this one. So if you do get a chance, I highly recommend Equinox. But yeah, hopefully that helps. There's a few others that I have in that recommendation video. But let's go back to comments here. See, Halloween 4, the ending was such a good opportunity to have Jamie as the killer. They messed up by not doing that in Halloween 5, but I'm the biggest defender of Halloween 5. Still good though. Um, let's see. I'm starting The Sopranos on season 1. Being Italian, I should have by now. Let's see. Being Italian, I should have by now. LOL. So far, it's amazing. Yeah, that's a show I've actually never gotten around to seeing. I think I actually own all the seasons of The Sopranos, but yeah, just never got around to watching it. That and The Wire. Those are like two shows that I feel like I should have seen by now. And Breaking Bad. That's another one that I've owned the complete series. I just need to get around to watching it. But Kyle, do you have any Blu-ray or DVD or VHS editions of Titanic from 1997 and A Night to Remember from 1958? 1997 was the James Cameron Titanic, I'm assuming. Yes. I had to think about that for a second. Um, yes, James Cameron's Titanic. I believe that's 97, right? I'm like pretty sure you're talking about the James Cameron version. Um, yes, I have a ton of copies of that. I feel like that is 97. Yeah. I have the Blu-ray. I have a couple copies on VHS. I have a VHS box set, which is like a bigger, like a wider set. I have it on Laserdisc. Um, and I think that's all the different editions I have of the film. And as far as A Night to Remember, I have the from 1958. Yes, I have the Criterion Blu-ray here, which is also fantastic. I really like this movie. Just a random Criterion title. Would it be available on DVD too, or do you only movies by? Let's see. So just a random Criterion title. Would it be available on DVD too, or do only movies by them only get a Criterion release? If you get what I am trying to ask, LOL. Like, are they titles on other home media? Let's see, I think I understand what you're asking. Um, so yes, I think from how I understand your question is like, um, do films only get released in Criterion, or are they available elsewhere? For instance, I guess a perfect example would be, since I talked about it already, like WALL-E. This is a Criterion released. However, there is the obviously the Disney DVD or the Disney Blu-ray of the film. Let's see. Yes, sorry. Okay, no, you're good. You're good. So this is available on Criterion, but it's also available on the Disney DVD or the Disney Blu-ray. And I would say it depends on the title. Some films, it is like next to impossible to find just a regular like standard edition or a regular like studio edition of the Criterion release. So for instance, let me pick out a film. So like there's some movies in here that were like next to impossible to find on DVD or Blu-ray, but then Criterion got the rights and they put it out on a much wider like format. Actually, one of their most recent titles, which is Gummo on 4K, which is on my wish list this year, that was a notoriously hard DVD to find. They still made it, but it was just one of those DVDs that if you did find it, you're probably looking at $20-$25 to buy it. And it's it's one of those films that apparently they didn't make a lot of DVDs, or it was just a limited run of them, or whatever, or it was just not a very popular thing. Um, and it was now they put it out on Criterion, which is just making it a lot easier for people to get get themselves a copy of it. But yeah, it would depend on the title, because there are some that are maybe it's like it might have been the first time ever released on home media was through Criterion. So depending on the title. Vampire and the Phantom Carriage. Yes, both of those. I have both of those, which I believe is called. I would say Vampire. I don't know if it's Vampire or just called Vampire. I might be mistaken in that, but I have the Blu-ray of that one, and let's see, the Phantom Carriage I also have. Which, actually, fun fact, this is the oldest film within the Criterion Collection. This is 1921. And I've not actually seen either of these two movies. So I've not seen this or the vampire movie, but yeah, I need to get around to watching these. I feel like these would make great like fall Halloween movies to actually sit down and watch. But so any titles you're thinking of getting at the sale? So yes, there's actually a handful. The ones that come to mind is definitely a movie called The Browning Version, which is within the spine numbers of 200 to 300, and so within that block, I am only missing two more titles. One of which is out of print, and then there's the Browning version. So the Browning version is going to be definitely one I'll pick up. I'll have to order that from their website. And I'm trying to think of any other ones that. I mean, some of the latest ones, like Gummo, is one, or Happiness, are two that I wouldn't mind grabbing during the sale. The Philadelphia Story is another one that I always keep telling myself every sale I'm just going to get. Same thing with Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And I'm trying to think what else was on my list. There's a few. I feel like I have a handful, but yeah, I still need to put in an order. So we'll see if I get everything off of my wish list. But you got Butterfly 8 with Elizabeth Taylor on Laserdisc, question mark. Butterfly 8. I don't think I do. That sounds familiar, but I don't think I own it. Yes, so quickly jumping back to my films that I'll be watching. So I am currently at 363 films of this year. 363 out of 365. And so I am like this close to hitting my goal. And so I might have to do a live stream or something when I do hit my goal, because I have the movie picked out of what I want to be watching for my 365th movie, and I am very very excited to to do that. And so I'm not gonna I might have already said what it is, but I'm not gonna say it now. I can't remember if I've said it before or not. So let's see. Are the Universal Monster movies, are they watchable considering they're old? I get the impact they did, but they seem cheesy. Like worse than 80s cheesy. So yes, they are. Like, I would say definitely try to at least watch the main ones, which is, you know, Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, The Mummy, Phantom of the Opera, Bride of Frankenstein. Am I missing any? Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'd say try to watch those 8, at least at the bare minimum. Some of the sequels are kind of cheesy. I feel like those, like the first 8 are just like, they're solid because it's kind of like a fresh idea. And then after that, a lot of those came out around the time when like there was a law passed where they had to kill off the monster at the end of the film, and so every single movie you just know that the monster is going to die, which is kind of, it's unfortunate, but I do like the practical effects. You know, some of the effects are a little cheesy, like with the like Invisible Man, for instance. Some of the sequels you can kind of see like, okay, it's clearly like the keyed out him and stuff, and but for at the time, like that's very very impressive. And so you know, for nothing else, it's an interesting look at like the world of filmmaking at that time. I would say if you're not like a hardcore like horror fan, probably not missing too much, but I mean, I personally like them. I think they're just fantastic. And if you do get into the Universal Monsters, I would highly recommend getting maybe fucking this box set. So this is the 30 film collection of them. I showed this off in my last video very, very briefly. But yeah, I think that is a just a fantastic set. You get all of the films, all like in a nice edition, all look fantastic. But yeah. Beauty and the Beast by Black Narcissus with... Okay, Beauty and the Beast, yes. Assuming this is the one. This is the one that has the... Yes, this is the Beauty and the Beast. Yes, I've seen this. It's been a while. This is this is spine number 6 within the Criterion Collection. And Black Narcissus, which is... here. Yes, this is the same. This is a fantastic film. This is spine number 93 within the Criterion Collection. The coloring and the cinematography in this movie is just absolutely breathtaking. I really, really enjoyed both of those aspects of this film. Just fantastic, fantastic film right there. See, Universal movies, the video is stunning. Yes, I would agree. Universal horror equals America folk tales. Yes. Did you see The Invisible Man 2020? I saw it. It was good. It was a good time. Yes, actually I own that on a 4K. I feel like this movie is almost, it reminds me more of like Hollow Man than anything. I thought it was actually surprisingly good. I really had low expectations for this, but I really liked it. I thought it was actually, as you said, a good time. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Hollow Man, which similar premise, I guess. But yes, so I'm going to switch gears here a little bit, and I'm going to show off the thing that I have here sitting in the floor because it's kind of the middle of the room. And we are going to kind of just build this as we do a live stream. So sorry, I have to keep my throat wet. But yeah, it's like one of my favorite things is just drinking like a decaf cup of coffee like late at night. It's just like the perfect, like absolutely fantastic. I got 2020 or 2014 Prom Night from Synapse Films. It had the booklets of their releases that year in 2014. It's a cool book to have in the case. It was released in 2014. I mean, the DVD. Oh, no, you're good. Yes, Synapse Films they are great about putting little booklet like catalogs within their releases. I have a handful of, so like I have Curtains here on Blu-ray, and this is like the 2020 or 2014 product catalog. Yeah, I absolutely love their little booklets because it's just great. It's just great to like be able to visually see all of them in a booklet and kind of be able to be like, okay, I want to get that movie. Because I feel like sometimes when it's on a website, you can like easily like look over things, but Severin Films used to do that too. They used to have like little catalogs in their movies, which is very nice. But so the thing that I want to actually get to, this is something that my yeah, we have the same one. Yes. So this is something that my father-in-law actually just gave to me. So I'm going to, I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, but I'm going to have to drop this a little lower here. But this is something that I've been wanting for a while, and so I'm excited because this will be set up probably right outside of the movie room. But this is a popcorn machine, and so it's kind of like an old like style like popcorn machine. It is very heavy, so I'm going to unbox it here, and I guess I will put it together because it's kind of put in pieces right now. like, I thought about doing this not in a live stream or doing a specific live stream for this on a later date, but I'm too anxious because I just got it tonight, and so I'm excited to actually set it up and just see it put together. So I'll try to keep up on the screen when I do get comments. So I do apologize if I miss your comments on this, but let's see. Let's see. Dude, if that works, good. You're set. That's sick. Throw on a VHS and you're gonna have a good time. Yes. That's what I'm excited for. Is because like, I don't. I'm excited to get like some popcorn down here and just have like some snacks and I don't know. Make like I want to make like a little like concession area. So, see, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just gonna try to. Okay, wait. I might have to lay this down. We're all going to try to take this out of the packaging together. I haven't really done unboxing stuff before, so this is a new one for me. Screws and pieces of metal and something else. Okay. So one wheel. Here's the other wheel. Okay, I'm just going to set this box out of the way briefly. I'm just going to set it here. Finally made it to a live stream. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, tonight's live stream is a little different than normal because I am currently building a popcorn machine. But feel free to ask any questions, Brian. Welcome to the live stream. Let's see. It's going to be Kyle's movie theater before you know it. Never mind Kyle's movie collection. Never mind Kyle's movie collection. Gotcha. I do want to have like my own little like theater. I feel like that would be awesome. What's that? An IMAX projector or something? Popcorn. Yes, popcorn machine. Hey everybody, I bought Predator on D Blu-ray or on 3D Blu-ray. Gotcha. House 1977 was a riot. That's awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, Predator on 3D Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't know. I remember that coming out, but okay, so we have a lot of pieces here. I'll try to get this set up. So we have the popcorn machine. Just going to kind of set this here for now. Let's see, is there instructions somewhere? That is what I need. I'm assuming it might be inside of here. Maybe. I don't know if there's instructions. So we might have to just go off of the picture, which should be interesting. Okay, I do think... Sorry guys, this is it. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so we have the popcorn machine and just a bunch of other pieces. I don't know if there's instructions to put it together or not, so I might just have to use the box. But we will make that work because I can make it work. Okay. So one thing is like this looks like this is the bottom. And this sits maybe like that. Maybe they're in here. Let me try. Let me try taking this thing out. I feel like I don't see any instructions though, which is kind of like interesting. Interesting that it didn't come with any instructions. Ah, I found the instructions. Cool. Sorry guys, I will check to see if you guys commented here in 1 minute. I do apologize. I'm gonna try to do both, but this should be interesting. Okay, I think I have it semi-figured out, how things are going to go together. Then this would go on top. Yes, that would go like that. Okay, yeah, I got it. So besides watching me build a popcorn machine, what are some of the other films that you guys are watching tonight, or just in general? Slash, what did people watch for Halloween? I am curious on that, because I feel like I didn't even ask what people were watching. think that's Ralph that commented. Sorry guys, this is going to be a work in progress. What is your favorite movie watching snack? I really like so the one theater that I kind of go to every now and then, they have these like cookie cakes, kind of like, it's like you put it, it's essentially like a little cookie pizza, and they have them, and it's like the only theater that I've come across that has these little like cookie pizza things. I really really like those. But other than that, I mean, I do like popcorn, but I'm not like a die-hard popcorn fan. So like I will have like at the theater, I can't like finish like a large popcorn, but like a medium or small is fantastic. And then I like candy. I feel like that's also just a fun can or movie snack. But Ralph says it's almost 4 in the morning here, so I'm going to get back to sleep. Good luck on your upcoming election. Are you voting, Kyle? Yes, I am voting. But thank you, and also, yeah, 4 in the morning, man. I'm thank you for joining my live stream. I do appreciate it. And yeah, upcoming election should be interesting. But let's see. Tomorrow I'm going to see Hellraiser for the first time. Nice. I really really like Hellraiser. I think it's like such a fascinating film with a lot of like interesting ideas, and I would love to read the book. I feel like it'd be an interesting book to read. But yes, go get some sleep, Ralph. Thank you for joining me on the live stream. And what horror movie to jump out of your skin? What horror movie to jump out of your skin? Let's see, what horror movie like makes me like feel like it jumping out of my skin? That's a great question. I don't know. That's actually a really great question. I feel like it depends on the type of horror movie like that you are looking for, because there's definitely different type. I mean, there's like body horror, which is like feels like it just really just makes you like squeamish. But then there's psychological horror. There's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have a good answer for that one. I'm gonna also move this giant box, but yes, so. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to figure out building this while also keeping an eye on the chat. Probably move this back a little so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So I guess this is like the base of the popcorn machine. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot simpler than I was anticipating to put together. Um, no, all of the screws went everywhere. Sorry, I see comments pop up. I'll be right with you guys. I do apologize. I saw in a video you shop at the Retro Attic. I also shop there. Nice, nice. Yeah, I absolutely love the Retro Attic. I feel like at this point I should I talk about the Retro Attic in, I don't even know. I'd say any shopping video. I keep getting I keep shopping there. It's by far my favorite place to buy physical media. Um, yeah, so sometime maybe you might catch me there. I absolutely I go there all the time, and the owner of it, really just a great guy. Um, but yeah, that's awesome. Let's see, the big Rago, Rago, I think is how you Blu-ray collector. Yes, you might catch me if you do see me at the Retro Attic. Make sure you say hi, because I always love running into viewers, which is always just a fun time. But do you know about the X? The unknown is like about X. The unknown. It is like before the blob ripoff type is taking place in Scotland. I feel like I've heard of that film, but I've not seen it. See, good luck getting your popcorn machine working. Thank you, I appreciate that. So far, it's coming together. But me and Kevin are good friends. Yeah, that's awesome. I um, I have a video of me interviewing Kevin for the Retro Attic on my channel. But yeah, he's an awesome guy, and I absolutely just I love going to there. I think it's just the Retro Attic is just really just like a perfect movie store in my opinion. It's exactly what type of stuff I'm looking for. But okay, let's put the wheels on. Through here first. Maybe. So there's a very specific way they want these wheels to go on this cart. So I am following those instructions. There we go. Very interesting item here. I've never put one of these together before, so this is a new learning experience for all of us involved. But that's one wheel. about to put on the second wheel here. I feel like I need like a like something to like read off when somebody comments, because I have not been looking at the phone, so I might have been missing a comment here and there, so I do apologize. Okay, we have wheels. Let's see. I go to the Hartville, or go to Hartville a lot also. Yeah, I know where that is. That's awesome. I know there's a flea market in the Hartville area that there was a few times that I found some interesting items there. Um, let's see. What do you do for a 9 to 5 job? Yes, that's a great question. So me and my wife are full-time wedding photography and videography. Um, and so we actually work for ourselves, which is just a fantastic, fantastic gig that I really enjoy. I love just being creative for a living. So we do photo and video for weddings and couples and engagements and all those types of things. But um, let's see, just got back to collecting. It is so fun because I had nothing, and it is so easy shopping because I need everything. LOL. Yes, I remember when I was first getting into collecting. It is definitely like a dangerous like rabbit hole that you can like fall into of just like buying like everything, and I fell into that where I felt like I needed to um I felt like I needed to get like, you know, I really focused when I should say I was trying to collect like a full series of things, and so I was trying to get like all the Friday the 13th, all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, and stuff like that. And so I think now, as I've collected over the years, I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I've kind of like narrowed my collecting habits down to being more focused on specific things. um but yeah, it is when you are first starting off collecting, it is, I would recommend shopping somewhere like the Retro Attic, because he has dollar DVDs, and it is just like the easiest, like, you know, just buying up as many of those like dollar DVDs, especially if you're not too concerned about like the format, because I just feel like you're going to be getting the best deal there. um and I mean, it's hard to find dollar DVDs outside of like a thrift shop. And stuff like the Retro Attic is, I mean, $2 TV seasons, dollar DVDs, and even some of the good stuff, like it is priced very, very good. So, um, yeah, I would. It's always such a fun time to first start off collecting. But see, the only thing I picked up from the Criterion sale was Perfect Days on 4K. Perfect Days. I don't think I have that one. Um, yeah, I don't think I've even seen that one. Perfect Days. Yeah, I don't have that one. But yeah, that's awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, it is kind of nice with the Criterion sale where you had the sale from the website, and then you also have now the entire month of November to buy up anything that you might have missed during the sale. If you live in the U.S., and you can participate in the Barnes and Noble 50% off sale. So exactly. I still only buy what I really want. Yeah, I would if I could go back in time, I would probably convince myself to do the same. Um because there was a lot of stuff that I bought that I really didn't need, nor did I really really care about. Um I will say, if you are curious, look into boutique Blu-ray labels, because once that door is opened, then it's like a whole nother world of collecting. And that's like when I say boutique, I'm meaning like Criterion or Arrow Video or Kino Lober, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin. I'm trying to think of any others that come to mind, but there's a lot of different types of boutique labels, and um, I don't know. They are more pricey, I will say, but it's an interesting world of like physical media. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this popcorn machine, but see, yeah, like VSU Congo is a must get. Yes, I saw they put out. Let's see. I'm afraid to open the rabbit hole. Oh yes, yes. Yeah, I boutique labels is a whole nother ball game. But I saw they Vinegar Syndrome put out what is it Congo on 4K recently, and I feel like that's actually a pretty like it's an interesting pick. Sorry, sorry if that sounds really loud on your end. I'm just trying to get this styrofoam out of here. It is an interesting pick for Vinegar Syndrome, but I understand like that's definitely right up their alley. I feel like. Okay, let's see how does this go on? I don't fully understand how this plate is supposed to sit. It sit on. What keeps it on there? I'm confused. Bottom plate. Secure bottom plate to support using I or support I. What is support I? Oh, okay, I see it. Gotcha. Sorry. Sometimes it just takes me a minute to understand what they're saying. This is like a little shelf. That's what this is, and it's. So I saw a comment pop up, and I will get to it in just 1 minute. I do apologize. I feel bad not being able to get to those right now or right away. I could have made that a little easier. Would have been nice. Let me check comments quickly, and then I will get back to doing this part of it. Vestron, the affordable boutique label. Yes, I love Vestron Video. I have only a handful of them, and actually, this actually covers multiple different topics talked about. But this is a Vestron Video title, and I actually got this from Kevin, or Retro Addict rather. And so this is number 9 of their series, but honestly very affordable for what these are. I mean, this is all 4 Wishmaster films. I think I got this for 20 bucks. I'd say most of the time their releases are like 15ish, maybe a little less than that. It's been a while since I bought one in stores, but let's see. Would you guys consider Warner Bros. Or Warner Archives a boutique? So I personally like consider it to be a boutique label. I have it in my boutique section. You can't really see it. It's over here within my within my boutique stuff. And I I consider it to be a boutique label. I think a lot of people would, but it's not like a high end boutique label, if that makes sense. Where there are people who collect it. I believe I think somebody follows me, or at least was brought up on this live stream at one point, where they like collect a ton of Warner Archive stuff. Um, it's a very interesting label, because I know with the DVDs, it was kind of like they were out of print for a while, or they were basically made on demand, and so you would like basically order whatever movie you wanted, and like they would basically burn the disc because you ordered it. So I know some are actually worth a ton of money because they're very hard to find, but then others they were mass produced on like a large scale. So, but I think the Blu-rays are done differently now. But um, let's see. I'm actually going to ask if my wife could come down here. I think she's viewing this live stream, and just let me know when I get a comment. That way, I'm not missing comments as often, because that would be greatly appreciated. Cool. I'm going to jump back into this thing because I would like to try actually get this thing built, which, I mean, it's almost done.
Hello.
Just let me know it.
What was the last one you did?
Warner Bros. Boutique label. Let's see. Why are these screws not lining up for me? Maybe I can just put this on after. This shelf is giving me an issue, but
Oh, sorry, I'll interrupt you. He said, I guess if anyone, I would buy Kino Lover, but I have like a lot of Umbrella.
yes. So Kino Lorber is actually a. I really like Kino Lorber. I feel like it is. Like there's a lot of like diversity within the label, whether that's like really old films or like some more newer stuff, some more like mainstream stuff. Like they do like Silence of the Lambs, and I'm trying to think. One of my favorite Kino Lorber titles is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on 4K. But Umbrella Entertainment, that's what he said, right?
Wait, say that again, sorry.
He said Umbrella, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he also corrected like to liked.
Gotcha. So Umbrella Entertainment is one of those labels that I actually want to dive more into. I currently only have 2 releases by Umbrella, one of which is Possession from 1981, or is it 1980? But Possession by Andrei Zulawski, which I have the limited edition 4K, which was one of my favorite purchases of this last year. And there's some really solid editions. The only thing I don't like about Umbrella is like you are paying a decent amount of money per release. However, those releases you're getting like a really solid like transfer and a lot of special features and like a lot of like great packaging. So it really. I wish that Umbrella wasn't so limited, because there's some editions of the movies that like sell out, and then once they're sold out, they become very expensive. So there's actually a few currently that I would like to pick up, but we'll see about that.
I'm totally about to butcher names, but I know this person's on the live streams often. Marco, MARCCO 44, said, Kyle, sorry, what are you doing there?
Yes, so if you are just joining the live stream, yes, this is definitely not my normal setup. I am currently building a popcorn machine. So my father-in-law just dropped this off for me, and I figured it's it's not my normal, obviously not my normal live stream, but I figured it'd be kind of fun to build it on a live stream and just kind of chat with you guys a little bit. So I appreciate you joining the live stream, and you know, next week's live stream will go back to my normal setup. But I figured this one, I don't know, just doing something a little different, and just having a little bit of fun with it. So.
And then the big ragu said, I got Mask from them. Cher and Sam Elliott, great movie. And then mentioned, I think he's saying it's from Umbrella.
Gotcha. I don't know if I've seen Mask. Yeah, I definitely own it on VHS, but I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched it. But yeah, there's the one movie that I really would love to get is Triangle on 4K, because that movie is fantastic.
Marco, I think I'm saying that right, said, is that Mrs. Kyle? Hello, let's see you.
Yes, that is my my wife is reading comments because my phone is on the other side of the room. But yeah,
I feel like I should remain anonymous.
she might make an appearance as a, maybe I'll do like a special like guest appearance with my wife.
Ooh,
at
what
some
would,
point.
okay, not that this is my channel by any means, or am I a YouTuber by any means, but what kind of video would you want to see me in?
Yeah, so for those that might have not heard
Topic.
that, because I think
Oh, sorry. Oh,
No.
you might.
I mean
Oh, you're wearing your AirPod.
yeah. So for those that might have not heard that, my wife is asking, what type of video would you want, like, to do like a, I don't know, like a guest appearance with her, like, so, like, where maybe we like can debate a movie, or maybe not debate a movie, 'cause
That
I
might
feel like,
not be good.
I feel like we like, have pretty similar movie likings. Maybe we should do like a, I don't know, like a, I don't know, like,
Let us know ideas.
yeah, we're open to ideas.
He also said nice voice, thank you.
Cool, so that is the shelf piece on the popcorn machine. And then, once this piece, which I think this is supposed to be, yeah.
Also, the big ragu said, I have a extra copy of Mask. I will leave it with Kevin at the Retro Attic.
Awesome. Yes, yeah, I'll say like, next time you're at the Retro Attic, just mention that you know, or that you watch my videos and stuff. 'Cause I'm sure, I don't know, he would appreciate that, or he would, I don't know. It's like a fun connection thing. Let's see. Okay, so this piece is almost put on. Cool. So there's that. Now I think the next step is to put the main piece on the popcorn machine. Literally, I only have like 3 more bolts, so I'm curious how this piece actually, like the main popcorn machine element sticks to the rest of the machine. So I'm going to take out whatever's inside here.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What was your favorite movie from the month of October?
For the month of
I might
October.
need to repeat what I said. I don't know if it's.
So my wife is asking, what is my favorite movie for the month of October that I watched
31 Nights of Halloween.
for my 31 Nights of Halloween? Honestly, I really liked In the Mouth of Madness. I think that was one of my unexpected. I really liked it. I just think it was like such a, which is John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. It's a movie that I've never seen before, and so I was very happy to actually sit down and check it out. But, that is just the worst sound ever. Let's get that out of here. Cool. Okay, so there's like this little tray, and I guess I have to attach this thing to it. And there was a little screw in this package, but now I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Cool. So I saw a comment pop up.
Oh, I didn't get one. Do they show up on your phone? Can I see it without showing myself? Wait, how do you usually see them?
Scroll up.
Oh, whoop. Oh shoot, am I behind? I'm failing at my job. Can you say something? Can you say something positive about A Nightmare on Elm Street 6?
So that is definitely a film that trying to remember. I feel like it's a movie that Freddy's Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street 6. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think I want to say I watched it last year on my 31 Nights of Halloween, but like I cannot remember if I did or not. So I don't remember the film like well enough to like say anything or comment on it. I'm actually going to move the camera up a little bit.
My phone wasn't updating.
Yeah, I don't remember it as well, so I do apologize.
Are you ready for the next one?
Let's see.
I have to go back up.
See, could Freddy vs. Jason been better in your eyes? I truly love Freddy vs. Jason. It's one of those films that it's just such a fun concept, and I really just enjoy it. But are you guys going to try the popcorn machine out on this live stream? Honestly,
Fail.
what?
We don't have any popcorn.
We don't have any popcorn to try out, so this was a surprise. A surprise item for me, so I was not prepared with popcorn. But maybe next live stream, or maybe in my next video, I'll have to maybe try it out. But I'll have to make a trip to the store. So
Also, when you're ready, there's 2 additional comments.
yeah, go for it.
The Big Ragu said, "Okay, I will ask him for the Mask movie. I will leave it there Tuesday when I go in. Have a great night, Mr. and Mrs. Kyle."
Yes, I appreciate that. Yes, I will. Next time I stop in, I'll have to ask him about it. But yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so here's the popcorn machine so far. I guess I could maybe adjust the camera a little higher up. Are there more comments?
There, yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry if I'm butchering any of your names or if you can even hear me. Francesco, I know they're on the live stream a lot, said, "I just took a call for 40 minutes. Can't believe you're still alive. LOL." So.
Yes, I can't believe I'm still alive as well. I feel like I've this popcorn machine's definitely taking longer than anticipated to put together, which is fine.
They also said that I hated the final girl in Freddy vs. Jason. Like, she was so bad, and for her to kill Freddy was so stupid.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I feel like with Freddy vs. Jason, the thing I like about the film is that it's just like it's like a fun concept. And it's definitely one that might be a little cheesy, but overall, I think I just like it. Like the attempt was there to kind of bring these two worlds together. So yeah, it's definitely not perfect, but yeah, I still enjoyed the film. Let's see. I will be wrapping up this live stream once I do have this thing built. So I do, because I have been talking for, I don't even know how long. I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, it's 10:37. Marco said, "It looks nice. Does the inside light up?"
I believe, yeah, it looks like there is a light in there. So once I get it, no, there was a screwdriver. Okay. Yes, once I get the it all put together, I will maybe at least get the light turned on.
Francesco makes more sense. Said, "I can't forgive them for making Freddy weak the entire movie."
Yeah, it's definitely a movie that like leans more for like the Jason fans, but yeah, it's.
And Marco said, "Mrs. Kyle, do you watch as much horror films as the hubby?"
So my wife's not like into horror. I will say that she's just not her favorite genre. Which I will always say about this with horror is that like horror is not for everyone. Just like any other genre, I would say like it's one of those like genres, kind of like how like rom-coms aren't for everyone, or like westerns aren't for everyone. It's definitely a genre that is for,
not for me.
yeah, not one that my wife isn't a huge fan of, but
I've probably seen like. Do you think I've seen more than 5?
you've seen like some of the staples. Like my wife, she's seen The Shining, the original Halloween. She watched Halloween H2O with me the other night.
Did you already say The Shining?
Yeah, Frankenstein, Night of the Living Dead. So she's seen some of like the classics, but yeah, it's not one of her favorite genres. So.
And then they also asked, "What do you two watch together?"
I'd say we mainly probably watch like rom-coms maybe. Would you say?
Surprisingly, we don't watch as many movies together as one would think.
Yeah, that is true. She's more. She really likes books. She's into the reading world, which for me, I just enjoy film more. But yeah, we don't watch a ton of movies together.
But yeah, probably more. But I feel like I expose you to movies that I grew up loving, and then you obviously have a vast knowledge of movies, and you expose me to a lot of things. So yeah, I feel like it's just like it's so mishmashy.
Yeah.
For context, I went to film school, but he definitely still knows more than I ever did or learned. Yeah. So. And then Francisco said, I would want it badly, but would you be open for a Halloween 4 Legacy sequel?
Halloween 4 Legacy sequel. I don't know. Because I wasn't like a huge fan of the Halloween like sequel Legacy trilogy, I guess. I thought it was okay. It wasn't like my like overall I would say it wasn't like my favorite series. I thought Halloween Kills was kind of cheesy at times, but this thing even going? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm putting it on the wrong piece. But yeah, I don't know if I would. I just wasn't a huge fan of the Halloween series, like not the whole series, the Halloween sequel, Legacy series rather.
Marco said, "Have you seen the new West Side Story?"
I have not. No. It's on my list. I own it on 4K, but I have not actually gotten a chance to watch it yet.
We should watch it. I do want to see that. What?
So I'm just talking to myself.
Okay. Francisco said, "What was?" Oh no, yeah, yep. I'm great at my job. Francisco said, "What was a movie, Kyle, you didn't want to watch, but I made you watch and you loved?"
I'm
trying to think.
I don't know if there's any that because I have like I would say like I have a pretty open mind when it comes to films that like I might not have like thought I would have liked because I really do love all genres of film and that's including like stuff like rom-coms and stuff like that you know might not necessarily like seem it might not feel like it would have like appealed to people like me, but I just I do like stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any.
I don't know either. I have to think about that. Marco said, "You can see that film is an art form with the classic films."
Yes, I agree. I was actually just watching a video today on kind of like the like how some movies kind of like push the boundaries and like push the art form forward, and it's kind of made it a like more of an art thing than anything, and just I don't know. It's interesting to me. Like, it seems modern day films aren't necessarily worried about pushing boundaries. It's more of they're just worried about basically selling a product. But I feel like there was a lot of movies in the past of like pushing boundaries and like changing the way things were done, which I really like about older films. But
Francisco said, "Bro, I got the Cult of Thorn tattooed on my arm. I'm that much of a diehard. If you want enough proof, it's my fave horror film, LOL."
Cult of Thorn. Is that a? I don't. I mean, is Cult of Thorn a film Cult of Thorn. That sounds so familiar. Why does it sound familiar? Or is that like a reference to a reference to something within a movie?
Also, I thought of my answer for your answer for you for the one about like what you didn't want to watch but you ended up loving. Like you said, you're always open-minded, so it's not that you weren't interested in it, but you might not have watched it if I didn't recommend it. But I feel like it happens more with TV shows than with movies.
Yeah.
So like Stranger Things, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
What else we watched,
One Day.
One Day, yeah.
Yeah, so there's been a few.
It's always shows. I don't know why.
There's a few shows I will say that my wife was, that kind of introduced me to. Yeah, I mean, Schitt's Creek, Stranger Things, One Day are like some examples of like shows that I might have not necessarily like thought I would enjoy, but I really ended up really liking. But I think this is pretty much. Let's see, I think this is pretty much put together. I don't know.
There's also more questions in you.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Marco said, "Ooh, that machine looks like the real deal. It will make a lot of popcorn."
Yes, it's definitely not like a professional popcorn. And it's definitely one that you could like for more of a consumer grade. But I think it's missing 2 screws. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how many of certain screws I have. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 of those. I should have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I apparently do have all the screws that it says I should have.
There's also more when you're ready, but
yeah, go for it.
This next one's kind of for me to answer. So I guess first, before I answer it, can they hear me from here?
Yeah, that is a good question. Can you hear my wife from there, or do I have to be saying what she's saying?
I guess you could give me the other AirPod. That's also okay. That feels like a lot of pressure.
I mean, you can answer now.
Okay. So the question is, Miss Kyle, so when reading, you like seeing the imagery in your mind's eye. I'm lazy. I like the film to show me images. Somewhat that is my answer. I think a big part of it is there's a lot more detail in books than there are in movies. And like I said, it's not that I don't appreciate the art of films. I mean, I went to college for that. But I appreciate that there's way more detail and you can see into the characters' minds instead of just seeing the actions they do, if that makes sense. But I mean, also, yeah, I like seeing it in my head and coming up with everything myself, but maybe that's just also growing up as a creative. But and then Francesco said that tattoo on Michael's arm in part 5 when they said a cult made him can you say it on camera when you get demonetized?
Oh, in Halloween 5. Right? Is he saying Halloween 5?
Unalive is the word. Well, or is that used for something else? Maybe just look at it.
I was looking on it. 4 through 6 is called the Gotcha. Yeah. Yes. The tattoo on Michael's arm in part 5. Yes. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Let's see, we hear you fine. Okay, so you do hear gotcha. Gotcha. Yes. So the tattoo on Michael Myers' arm. Yes, I remember now. It's like a yes. Yep. Sorry, my brain stopped. I've been talking for 105 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll probably do this off camera, but it does come with this little shelf. This little shelf is supposed to be right here, but I think I'm missing 2 screws, or I might have put 2 screws where they're not supposed to be. I have 2 extra ones, or so I'm gonna have to double check, make sure I put everything together right. But I will adjust this accordingly.
Why you do that, Francesco said, I got a tattoo of that, my bad, lol. But yeah, I'm a diehard. I love it, lol.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to get like a. I feel like I should get some kind of film tattoo or something. But yes. So this is a popcorn machine, which is absolutely just fantastic. I don't have an outlet on this side of the room, so maybe in a future video I will do one where I'm like testing it out, and I'll show. It has a light built in. There's like a switch for the light and a switch for making popcorn. So I'm gonna have to adjust it because I think currently it's like not level. So I think it's supposed to sit more like this. So I have to adjust the feet a little bit. But
Marco said, will be perfect for your future screening room.
yes, I'm very excited because eventually I would love to have like a snack bar like right outside my screening room where I could have like maybe some candy, a popcorn machine, and like stuff like that. So that'd be awesome.
And then Francesco said my left arm is legit just a horror movie sleep, lol.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really would love to get some tattoos with some horror figures or some movie stuff, or maybe I'll get like the Criterion C or something because I love Criterion, or maybe, I mean, this is a little cheesy, but I could get like the Criterion like logo like as a spine on my back. Maybe not.
Flush through that idea.
I'll have to think through it. I mean, but
Marco said, better have your wife there too.
yes.
Fair.
But yeah. So if my father-in-law ever does watch this,
He's currently watching.
oh, he's currently watching. If my father-in-law is currently watching, thank you. You don't have to say anything on the live chat because you don't give your identity away. But thank you for this popcorn machine. It's pretty awesome. So.
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Francesco said, what age are the future kids?
That's actually a question that I have thought about that I don't know. I think a large part of it is going to depend on their personality, but also depend on what horror film, because there's certain horror films that like I would show to, like I would have no problem showing like maybe like an 8-year-old, like whether that's also depending on personality, stuff like
And
the.
on the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like with like Universal monster movies, I feel like those you can watch at a young age and not be terrified. But I'm not going to be showing them like Friday the 13th at a young age, even though it is cheesy. But as an adult, you can kind of like you can distinguish between like the cheesiness, but also like some of the scenes aren't really appropriate for children. And I think there's just like different levels of horror, and so it really depends on the movie, but also their personality, because there's certain films that I watched at a young age that like I watched Alien, for example, at not a like super young age, but I don't know, it was just one of those movies like Shining and stuff like that I didn't fully grasp the concept of the film at a very young age, but over the years since I've seen it, I've like, I don't know, it's changed my perspective on the movie. But hopefully that answers your question. But
You're at Marco's.
yes, have him over too. Oh, my father-in-law. See, I was 10, lol, but my mom wasn't happy. Friday 13th, part 1, lol. I feel like the Friday 13th films are like a lot, especially that first film. It is a lot more maybe like show, don't, or like tell, don't show, in a way. I feel like in some ways, and like the thing is, a lot of the 80s horror films where it's like the blood or gore effects aren't really that like, it's really not that like graphic. But then, as you know, for example, like the later like Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, whether that's the remake and stuff, it's like it might be a little much for children. So I really think it's going to depend on the age, personality, all those things. But yeah, yeah, no bloody ones. Yes, that was my last comment. Thanks for the great show. Yes, thank you so much for joining. I should get off of here. I've been talking for 111 minutes. That's close to my record, I think, so far on these live streams. So, yeah, I should probably wrap it up at that point, because it is getting, I don't even know what time it is, but almost 11. Wow. So yes, I will. I'll probably end it here, but guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Thanks for sticking around, for doing something different, like building a popcorn machine. Let me know also if that is something like that you want to see more different things on these live streams. In the past, I've done like a where like I'm opening up movies and like kind of showing off the disc and everything, and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to like, I've been doing live streams for a little under a year, and I don't know, I'm still learning how to do these. So it's all just fun. I'm just kind of going along with it. But yeah, I will probably end it here, but thank you guys so much again for watching. If you are watching this back on the playback, feel free to ask any questions or comments, or comment on anything that was said, and I will get back to you on those comments. And yeah, thank you guys again, and thank you to my father-in-law again for this great popcorn machine, and thank you to my wife for helping me out reading comments. So I will see you guys all next week. I hope everybody has a great upcoming week. So talk to you guys later.